That's what I told God. You only saved Nineveh because you are God of mercy. You only did it because you are a compassionate God, always caring about people. God, I just wish I was you. There's a laundry list of names of people I just bat my eyes and had them vanish off the face of the earth. I wish I was you, God. Oh, come on, don't look at me like I'm the only one that done been there. You got a laundry list of people too. That if you were God, you'd be snapping your finger and people be falling down right and left. But I'm glad you ain't God. Shoot, I'm glad I ain't God. Long-suffering, kind and merciful, loving and forgiving, filled with unfailing love. Love us too much. God, you love us so much, you will give your only begotten Son, that whosoever believeth in him would not perish, but would have everlasting life. That's the kind of God you are. You eager to give people another chance. God wants to give you another chance. Anybody, you know God wants to give you another chance? Oh, come on, all the times you told God, I'm sorry, God, you bailed me out this time. I never do it again. And no sooner than he bailed you out, you turned around and found yourself doing the same thing you just got delivered from. And yet, he's eager to give you another chance to get it right, to give you a do-over. I was mad. I was so mad at God. I told God, I'd just rather die than see you give somebody else a second chance. They don't deserve it. But I did. I mean, after all, I'm better than them, God. I'm one of your minor prophets. I fast somewhat. I pray sometimes. I go to church Communion Sunday. I go to weekly services sometimes. So God, I deserve another chance. But them, you know they passed. You know what they done. You know who they done. You know what they doing. They don't deserve a second chance, but I do. Who I'm talking to this morning? You so holy and so righteous that you the only one deserves a second chance. That's how I felt. That nobody deserved another chance but me. Ask your neighbor, what's up with Jonah? Look back at him and say, what's up with you? Mad at God. So I say, you know what? I'm going to the east side. I'm going to build me a shelter. And I'm just going to sit under my shelter and watch what God going to do. I know what he going to do. He going to give them a second chance. Oh, sinners, they don't deserve it. Backslider, they don't deserve it. Drug addict, gangbanger, they don't deserve it. I'm just going to sit here and watch what he going to do. He going to give them a second chance, I bet. So I built me a shelter and I just sat here. But the problem is, it didn't fully cover me. like I wanted to. You know how it is when you just decide to take matters in your own hand. You never get quite what you thought you would. So I got my own shelter, but in the midst of all my complaining, in the midst of all my fussing, in the midst of all my being mad at God, you know what God did? He blessed me in the midst of my complaining. Out of nowhere, the Lord arranged for a leafy plant to just come and bring shade. Oh, it was so cool. Shelter from the heat. Shelter from the storm. Because when you're really going through a heated situation, the only one who can bring you shelter is God. When you're in a real storm, I don't care how you try to fix it yourself. I don't care how you try to work it out yourself. I don't care what you try to do. I don't care what you think you're doing. The only one that can bring you real shelter from the storm that you're in, the only one that can bring you real shelter from what you're going through is God. He provided shelter. It was so cool. It cooled my head. It was comfortable. I like this. Anybody, you ever been blessed in the midst of your mess? Oh, I'm looking for some real people this morning. You ain't been walking as holy as you should, but God still bless you anyway. Ain't kept all his laws, all his statutes, but he still keep on blessing you anyway. Saved on Monday, out Tuesday, back in Wednesday, but he still keeps on blessing you anyway. No wonder the songwriter said, every time I turn around, he keeps on blessing me over and over and over again. Blessing me despite myself. Says, I'm going to favor you anyway. God's grace and his mercy. So there I was. I was grateful for the shade he provided. It felt good. But I still didn't want God to save them people. You ever just thought about just yourself? I know you ain't never prayed like this, but Lord, bless me, my family, my friends, and get that sister that keep on doing wrong. And until she do right by me. I know you ain't never prayed like that. You ain't never prayed like that. But I did. Blessing me. But didn't want to see him bless nobody else. Give me a second chance, but don't give nobody else a second chance. Let me get it right and turn it around, but don't give nobody else a chance to turn it around and get it right for themselves. Just do for me. So I was there in the shade. It felt good. But just as he arranged for the plant to come, he took it away. It was so cool, but then all of a sudden, it's getting hot in here again. What? Where you taking my tree? Where you taking my plant? This is mine. That's my plant. God said, Jonah, you ain't worked for nothing. You didn't plant it. Jonah, you had it because in the midst of your foolishness, I still sought to give you favor.